Steve Harvey couldn't finish Family Feud after this little girl revealed a heartbreaking truth about her mom. In a moment that transformed laughter into silence, Emma's innocent words shattered the joyful atmosphere of the game show. As the audience held their breath, what happened next would not only leave Steve speechless, but also resonate with viewers everywhere. Stay with us as we uncover a story of unexpected courage, profound loss, and the incredible strength of a young heart. The camera captures the vibrant scene of Family Feud, where the energy is electric and anticipation fills the air. Bright lights illuminate the stage, and the iconic theme music plays, inviting viewers into the world of laughter and friendly competition. Steve Harvey, the charismatic host, stands center stage, his infectious smile drawing in the audience as he welcomes everyone to the show. Welcome, everyone, to Family Feud. We're in for a fantastic game today. His voice resonates with warmth and excitement, setting the tone for what promises to be a fun-filled episode. Families from diverse backgrounds gather, ready to compete. But amidst this cheerful chaos, one little girl catches the camera's eye, Emma. Emma stands at the front of her family, a bright smile lighting up her face. But there's a hint of sadness in her eyes, a juxtaposition that hints at a deeper story. Dressed in a colorful dress, her hair tied back in neat pigtails, she embodies the spirit of childhood. But the audience can sense that something lies beneath her cheerful exterior. As the game unfolds, laughter and playful banter fill the studio. Contestants eagerly guess answers to quirky survey questions, and Steve engages with the families, his comedic timing keeping spirits high. Yet, as Emma watches, the excitement swirling around her contrasts sharply with the weight she carries in her heart. The audience feels this tension, instinctively aware that something unexpected looms on the horizon. With each round, the stakes rise, and Emma's family inches closer to victory. But it's not just the game that captivates her. It's the chance to share her own story, a story that has been waiting for its moment in the spotlight. As Steve poses a seemingly innocent question, the atmosphere shifts, and all eyes turn to Emma. She knows that her answer could change everything. In this pivotal moment, she takes a deep breath, preparing to reveal a truth that has been close to her heart. The chapter concludes with a palpable sense of anticipation, setting the stage for the shocking revelation that will follow. The audience leans in, sensing that this is not just another game, but a life-changing moment in Emma's journey. The atmosphere in the studio is electric, charged with excitement as the game reaches its climax. The audience, filled with families and friends, leans forward in their seats, eyes wide with anticipation, eagerly waiting for Emma's turn. The camera zooms in on her, capturing her innocent confidence as she steps up to the podium. "Now, Emma, it's your turn," Steve announces with his trademark enthusiasm, his smile encouraging her to share her thoughts with the world. The question hangs in the air. Name something that might make a child cry. The audience waits with bated breath, fully aware that this little girl holds the power to shift the energy of the entire show. Laughter and playful banter fill the studio. But for Emma, this moment feels monumental. She knows she has something important to say. Emma's heart races, and as she looks into the camera, she feels the weight of her reality pressing down on her. She glances at her family, who stand behind her, a mix of pride and concern etched on their faces. They've supported her through thick and thin. And now, she feels an overwhelming urge to express the truth that has been nestled deep within her heart. After a brief moment of contemplation, she draws in a deep breath, steadying herself. The bright studio lights shine down on her, and for a moment, everything else fades away. She finds her voice, and with a quiet strength that belies her age, she responds, "My mom can't be here because she's in heaven." The studio instantly falls silent. Gasps ripple through the audience, and the vibrant energy that once filled the room dissipates, replaced by shock and disbelief. Steve's expression shifts from his usual jovial demeanor to one of profound concern. He kneels down to Emma's level, his eyes searching hers for clarity. "What do you mean, sweetheart?" he asks softly, his voice steady but filled with empathy. The studio is hushed, every ear tuned in, every heart hanging on her words. Emma nods, her small frame trembling slightly as she continues, "She got really sick, and now she's gone." The impact of her statement reverberates throughout the studio, leaving everyone reeling. It is a moment that transcends the playful nature of the show, transforming it into a poignant reminder of life's fragility. The laughter that once echoed now feels distant, replaced by a shared understanding of grief and love. The camera captures the shifting expressions in the audience. Some eyes widen in shock, others well with tears as they absorb the weight of Emma's revelation. Steve, known for his comedic timing, struggles to regain his composure. The playful banter that typically characterizes the show is replaced by a somber silence, a collective moment of reflection. He gently places a hand on Emma's shoulder, his voice tinged with compassion. "I'm so sorry to hear that, Emma. You're very brave for sharing this with us." The sincerity in his tone resonates deeply, and the audience collectively leans in, their hearts swelling with empathy for this brave little girl. In that moment, the show transforms from a game of guesses into a profound exploration of grief. Emma's courage shines through the tears she bravely fights back, and the impact of her words begins to sink in. The audience feels a connection to her, recognizing the strength it takes to share such a personal truth in front of millions. Parents exchange glances, and some wipe away tears, moved by the innocence and honesty of a child grappling with loss. As the applause begins to build, a wave of support washes over Emma, affirming her bravery. The studio erupts in applause, a powerful acknowledgement of her strength. Emma's face lights up with a mixture of surprise and gratitude. She hadn't expected this reaction. In this moment, she realizes that her story matters, that her pain is shared, that she is not alone in her grief. The chapter concludes with Emma standing tall, her innocence shining through the tears she bravely holds back. This moment, filled with raw honesty, sets the stage for the emotional aftermath that will follow, leaving both the studio audience and viewers at home profoundly moved. Little does Emma know, her words have not only impacted the audience present, but will ripple out into the world, touching hearts far beyond the studio walls. As Emma's words hang in the air, the studio is engulfed in a profound silence. The vibrant energy that once filled the room dissipates, replaced by a heavy stillness that seems to envelop everyone present. Shockwaves ripple through the audience as they process the gravity of her statement. The gasps that escape from various corners of the studio echo like whispers of disbelief, and faces turn solemn as the realization of what Emma just shared sinks in. The camera captures the stunned expressions. Some viewers wipe away tears, while others sit frozen, grappling with the emotional weight of the moment. Steve Harvey, a master of ceremonies known for his quick wit and humor, finds himself momentarily lost for words. He has hosted countless episodes, deftly navigating the highs and lows of the show. But this moment is different. The usual spark in his eyes dims as he processes the impact of Emma's revelation. He shifts uncomfortably, his hands fidgeting slightly as he glances between Emma and the stunned audience, feeling the weight of the moment pressing down on him like a physical burden. He knows that this is not just another segment of the show. This is a pivotal moment that transcends entertainment. Behind the scenes, the production team springs into action, their faces a mix of concern and urgency. Producers exchange frantic glances, their minds racing as they consider how to navigate the shift in tone. The laughter that typically punctuates the show now feels inappropriate, and the crew rushes to adjust the lighting, dimming the bright stage lights in an effort to create a more somber atmosphere. A producer whispers into a headset, directing the camera operators to capture the raw emotion on display while cutting back on the usual enthusiasm of the show. The audience feels the tension, a palpable discomfort as they witness the struggle to maintain the show's energy in the face of such raw emotion. Emma's family, seated just off stage, watches with mixed emotions. Her father's face is etched with pride and sorrow, his heart aching for his daughter as he realizes the weight of her words. He feels a swirl of emotions: admiration for her bravery, a deep sadness for her loss, and a protective instinct to shield her from the world's harsh realities. Her mother's absence is felt deeply. He wishes she could be there to support Emma in this moment of vulnerability, to wrap her arms around their little girl and reassure her of her strength. Emma's siblings exchange glances, their expressions a mix of confusion and concern. Yet they feel a deep sense of admiration for their sister's courage. They understand that this moment is bigger than the game. It's a chance for Emma to share her truth with the world, something they know she struggles with every day. As the silence stretches on, Steve takes a deep breath, his instincts as a host kicking in. He knows he must address the elephant in the room, but the words elude him. He searches for the right way to acknowledge Emma's pain, while also providing comfort to the audience. Finally, he kneels down to her level, his gaze softening as he locks eyes with her. "Emma," he begins, his voice steady but filled with emotion, "you are one of the bravest little girls I've ever met. Thank you for sharing that with us." The sincerity in his tone resonates deeply within the studio, and the audience collectively exhales as if releasing the tension that has built up. Emma's eyes widen at his words, a mixture of surprise and gratitude washing over her. In that moment, she feels seen, her pain acknowledged and validated in a way that brings her comfort amidst the chaos. The applause begins softly, then builds into a resounding wave of support for Emma. It's a cathartic release, a moment of collective empathy that transcends the boundaries of the game show. Steve, sensing the shift in the room, stands up and addresses the audience with renewed purpose. "Hey, you know what? Emma has just reminded us of something incredibly important. We all have loved ones who shape our lives, and sometimes sharing our feelings about them can help us heal." He pauses, allowing his words to sink in. The audience nods, many wiping away tears, their hearts touched by Emma's bravery and Steve's heartfelt response. As the applause swells, Emma's smile grows brighter, overwhelming her as she realizes she is not just a contestant in a game, but a voice for those who may feel silenced by their grief. The energy in the studio begins to shift again as the realization of Emma's impact settles in. The audience, once filled with shock, now embraces a sense of unity, their hearts collectively lifting as they share this poignant moment. In the midst of this emotional whirlwind, Steve takes a moment to connect with Emma on a deeper level. "You know, Emma," he says gently, "it's okay to feel sad when we think about the people we love who are no longer with us. It shows how much they meant to us. You have the power to help others understand that feeling too." His words resonate not just with Emma, but with everyone in the studio, a reminder that vulnerability can lead to strength. The chapter concludes with a moment of unity as Steve addresses the audience, reminding them of the importance of compassion and understanding in times of loss. Let's take a moment to remember those who have touched our lives and to support each other, just like Emma has shown us today. The audience erupts into applause once more, a powerful acknowledgement of the emotional journey they've all just embarked on together. In this moment of connection, Emma feels hope rising within her. She knows that despite the pain of her loss, she is not alone. Her words have resonated with others, and she realizes that sharing her truth has given her a voice, one that can inspire and heal, both for herself and for those around her. This powerful moment marks the beginning of a new chapter, not just for Emma, but for everyone touched by her story. In the days following Emma's heartfelt revelation on Family Feud, the world outside the studio buzzes with a renewed sense of awareness. Emma's story begins to spread far beyond the confines of the television screen, resonating with viewers from all walks of life. Social media platforms explode with discussions about loss, grief, and the importance of sharing one's feelings. Hashtags like Emma Strong and #bravery in grief trend across platforms, uniting a community of individuals who find solace in Emma's words. Each tweet, post, and comment serves to amplify her message, creating a powerful network of support fueled by shared experiences. News outlets pick up the story, sharing snippets of the episode and featuring Emma's courageous moment in their broadcasts. Major networks highlight her emotional honesty, framing her as a young advocate for mental health awareness. Articles flood in, highlighting not just her emotional honesty, but also the importance of talking about loss, especially for children. The media coverage sparks conversations across the country, with parents and educators reflecting on how they address grief with their children. Comment sections brim with messages from parents, teachers, and mental health professionals applauding Emma's bravery and sharing their own experiences with grief, creating a sense of community around shared pain and healing. At school, Emma's classmates rally around her, their admiration for her growing by the day. Friends approach her during lunch, offering hugs and words of encouragement. "You were so brave, Emma. I can't believe you said that on TV." One friend gushes, while another adds, "I told my mom about what you said, and she cried. It really made her think about her own mom." Emma feels a mix of pride and surprise. She hadn't anticipated the far-reaching effects of her words. The conversations that sparked from her revelation create a new atmosphere in her school, where discussions about emotions and loss become more open and frequent, breaking down the walls of silence that often surround such topics. Meanwhile, her teacher, Ms. Johnson, recognizes the potential impact of Emma's story and decides to implement a new curriculum focus on emotional literacy. She organizes workshops that invite students to share their feelings and experiences, emphasizing the importance of communication in overcoming grief. The classroom transforms into a safe space, where laughter and tears coexist, and the children learn to support one another through their shared experiences. Ms. Johnson crafts lessons around empathy, teaching students about active listening and the importance of validating each other's feelings. Emma participates actively, sharing her own journey while encouraging her peers to express their thoughts. The classroom dynamic shifts as students begin to open up, revealing their struggles and triumphs in a way they never had before. As the weeks go by, Emma becomes a local symbol of resilience. Community centers invite her to speak at events, where she shares her story and encourages other children to find their voices. At one event, she stands in front of a gathering of families at a local library, her heart racing with a mix of excitement and nerves. "I know it's hard to talk about feelings," she begins, her voice steady despite the butterflies in her stomach. "But when we share our stories, We help each other heal. You're not alone. The audience listens intently, many nodding along, and Emma feels a surge of empowerment wash over her. Each time she speaks, she finds strength in her vulnerability, realizing that her journey has the power to inspire others. Parents approach her afterward, expressing gratitude for her honesty and sharing their own stories of loss, creating connections that bridge generations. In the background, Steve Harvey is not oblivious to the ripple effect of Emma's revelation. He receives countless messages from fans praising his handling of the situation and expressing gratitude for providing a platform for such important conversations. Inspired by Emma's courage, Steve decides to dedicate a special episode to the topic of grief and healing, inviting families who have experienced loss to share their stories. "Let's keep this conversation going," he tells his team, his voice filled with resolve. "We can use our platform to help others understand that sharing their feelings is a strength, not a weakness." He envisions the episode as a safe space for healing, where families can come together to share their experiences, fostering a sense of community among those who have walked similar paths. As the special episode approaches, Emma is invited back to the show. She feels a mix of excitement and nervousness as the day arrives. Standing backstage, she recalls her previous experience, the weight of her words still fresh in her mind. This time, however, she is determined to embrace her role as an advocate for children facing loss. When she steps onto the stage, the familiar studio lights shine down on her. But this time, she feels empowered. The audience erupts into applause, welcoming her back with warmth and support. The cheers fill her with a sense of belonging, and she knows she has a platform to make a difference. Steve greets her with a genuine smile, his eyes reflecting the pride he feels for her journey. "Welcome back, Emma. You've been a busy girl since we last saw you," he says, his tone playful yet serious. "We're excited to have you here to help us talk about something really important today." Emma nods, her heart swelling with gratitude for the opportunity to share her message once more. As the episode unfolds, she shares her experiences in the support group, the friendships she has formed, and the importance of talking about feelings. She encourages the audience to be open about their emotions, emphasizing that it's okay to seek help and find comfort in one another. The stories shared by families resonate deeply, creating an atmosphere of empathy and understanding. Each tale of loss is met with compassion, reminding everyone that they are part of a larger community united by shared experiences of grief. Emma listens intently as other children share their stories, feeling a kinship with them. She recognizes the pain in their voices, and her heart aches for them. Yet she also feels a sense of hope as they discuss their journeys of healing. As the episode draws to a close, the audience is encouraged to reflect on what they've learned. Steve turns to Emma. "What do you want everyone to take away from today?" he asks, his tone sincere. Emma takes a deep breath, her mind racing with thoughts. "I want everyone to know that talking about our feelings is important," she replies, her voice strong and clear. "When we share our stories, we help each other heal. It's okay to feel sad, and it's okay to ask for help. We're all in this together." The audience erupts into applause once more, a powerful acknowledgement of the emotional journey they've all embarked on together. Emma beams with pride, feeling the weight of her words resonate in the hearts of those around her. In this moment of connection, Emma realizes the profound impact of her words and the strength that comes from sharing one's truth. She understands that her story is just the beginning of a much larger conversation about love, loss, and the power of human connection. As she steps off the stage, she is met with hugs and congratulations from her family and friends, who are all visibly moved by the episode. Emma feels a surge of joy, knowing that her vulnerability has sparked meaningful conversations and has helped others feel less alone. The ripple effect of Emma's bravery continues to unfold. Inspired by her message, community organizations begin to host workshops and support groups centered around grief and emotional expression. Schools adopt curriculum changes to include emotional literacy as a core component, ensuring that future generations understand the importance of discussing feelings and seeking help. Emma's journey becomes a catalyst for change, igniting a movement that encourages openness and support in the face of loss. As Emma reflects on her experiences, she realizes how far she has come. From a little girl struggling with the pain of losing her mother to a beacon of hope for others, she feels a sense of purpose. Her story, once filled with sorrow, has transformed into one of strength, resilience, and connection. Emma understands that while grief may never fully disappear, the love and memories of her mother will always remain at the forefront of her heart, guiding her as she continues to inspire others. As the months pass, Emma embraces her newfound role as a young advocate for emotional health and healing. With each speaking engagement and community event, she grows more confident in her ability to share her story and connect with others. Emma learns that while grief is a part of her life, it does not have to define her. Instead, she chooses to honor her mother's memory by living a life filled with purpose, compassion, and hope for the future. In the wake of her television appearances and community efforts, Emma receives a heartfelt letter from a child she has never met. The letter comes from a young girl named Mia, who lost her father just a few months earlier. Mia writes about her feelings of sadness and isolation, expressing how Emma's story helped her feel less alone. "Thank you for being brave," Mia writes, her handwriting shaky but sincere. "I wish I could talk to you and tell you how much your words meant to me." Emma's heart swells as she reads the letter, realizing the profound impact her story has had on others. With newfound determination, she decides to respond personally, sending Mia a letter filled with encouragement and understanding. She shares her own experiences and invites Mia to join her at the next community event where they can talk and support one another. Encouraged by her interactions with Mia and others like her, Emma and her family decide to start a support group for children dealing with loss, recognizing the need for a safe space where children can express their feelings without judgment. They call it the Sunshine Club, named after her mother's favorite flower, the sunflower, which Emma believes symbolizes hope, warmth, and resilience. The club meets weekly at the local community center, providing a nurturing environment for children to express their emotions, share their stories, and engage in fun activities that promote healing. Emma takes on a leadership role, guiding discussions and creating a welcoming environment where everyone feels heard and valued. During one of the club meetings, Emma suggests they create a memory wall, where each child can contribute a picture or note about their loved ones. The idea is met with enthusiasm, and soon the wall becomes a vibrant tapestry of memories, each section representing a unique story of love and loss. Each child decorates their section with drawings, photos, and heartfelt messages that honor their loved ones. Emma adds a cherished photo of her mother, along with a note that reads, "Forever in my heart." As the wall fills up, the children share stories about their loved ones, laughing and crying together as they bond over their shared experiences of grief. This collaborative project not only strengthens their connections, but also fosters a sense of belonging and community among them. The Sunshine Club quickly becomes a cherished part of the community, drawing attention from local news outlets eager to share the positive impact Emma and her friends are making. Reporters highlight the club's mission to foster connection and healing among children who have experienced loss. Emma finds herself in the spotlight once again, but this time she feels a sense of purpose driving her forward. She understands that her mission is not just about sharing her story, but about creating spaces where others can feel safe to share theirs. The media coverage opens doors for her, and before long, she is invited to participate in community forums and panels focused on mental health and emotional well-being. One day, as Emma prepares for a new meeting, she receives an unexpected invitation from a local school district. Inspired by the success of the Sunshine Club, they want Emma to speak at their annual conference on mental health and emotional well-being for students. The invitation comes with the opportunity to share her experiences and insights on how to support children dealing with grief. Emma is both excited and nervous. This is a chance to reach an even wider audience. With the support of her family and friends, she prepares her speech, determined to make a difference. On the day of the conference, Emma stands backstage, her heart racing as she waits for her turn to speak. She can hear the murmurs of the audience, a mix of educators, parents, and students. When her name is called, she takes a deep breath and steps onto the stage, feeling the warmth of the spotlight on her face. The sight of so many faces looking up at her fills her with a sense of purpose. She begins by sharing her story, her voice steady as she recounts her journey through loss and healing. Emma speaks candidly about her feelings, the struggles she faced, and the importance of talking about grief. "It's okay to feel sad," she tells the audience, "and it's okay to ask for help. When we share our stories, we help each other heal. We are stronger together, and we can support one another through the tough times." The audience listens intently, captivated by her sincerity and bravery. Emma's words resonate deeply, and she feels a wave of connection wash over her as she looks out at the audience, many of whom are nodding in agreement with her heartfelt message. As she ends her speech, the room erupts into applause. Emma beams with pride, feeling a mix of relief and joy wash over her. She has done it. She has shared her truth, and in doing so, she has opened the door for others to share theirs. Afterward, attendees approach her, expressing gratitude for her message. Some share their own stories of loss, while others ask for advice on how to support children dealing with grief. Emma listens attentively, offering words of encouragement and sharing resources. In those moments, she feels a sense of fulfillment, knowing that she is making a difference in the lives of others. With each passing day, Emma continues to navigate her journey, learning more about herself and the world around her. She understands that healing is not linear. There are days filled with laughter and joy, as well as moments that bring back memories of her mother and the pain of her absence. Yet, she finds solace in the connections she has formed and the community she has built through the Sunshine Club. Each child in the club becomes a source of strength, and together they create a tapestry of support that intertwines their stories of love, loss, and resilience. As Emma reflects on her journey, she realizes that while grief may never fully disappear, the love and memories of her mother will always remain at the forefront of her heart, guiding her as she continues to inspire others. She understands that embracing new beginnings doesn't mean forgetting the past. Rather, it means carrying the memories forward and allowing them to shape her future. With this understanding, Emma steps confidently into each new day, ready to face the challenges and joys that life brings her way. In the closing moments of the chapter, Emma sits at her desk, pen in hand, as she writes another letter to Mia. She shares her latest experiences and how the Sunshine Club is growing, inviting Mia to visit and join their group. "You are not alone," she writes, her heart filled with hope. "We are all in this together, and I can't wait to meet you." As she seals the envelope, Emma feels a sense of warmth and connection, knowing that her words have the power to reach across distances and touch the hearts of others. She decides to include a small sunflower seed packet with her letter, encouraging Mia to plant it in memory of her father, a symbol of growth, hope, and new beginnings. Emma's journey continues to unfold as she learns the importance of self-care and balance. Between her responsibilities at school, her involvement in the Sunshine Club, and her advocacy work, she realizes that it's essential to take time for herself. She begins to explore new hobbies, such as painting and gardening, finding joy in the creative process. Each brushstroke on canvas becomes a form of expression, allowing her to channel her emotions and find peace. Gardening, too, becomes a therapeutic outlet. She nurtures her own sunflower plants, watching them grow tall and vibrant, a reflection of her own journey of resilience. One sunny afternoon, while tending to her garden, Emma's neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, stops by. An elderly woman with a warm smile, Mrs. Thompson has seen Emma's journey unfold through the neighborhood. "Your flowers are beautiful, Emma," she says, admiring the sunflowers swaying gently in the breeze. "Just like you, they bring joy to everyone around." Emma smiles, feeling a sense of pride in her growing garden. During their conversation, Mrs. Thompson shares her own story of loss, recounting how her husband passed away years ago. The two bond over their experiences, and Emma realizes that even though the pain of loss can be heavy, sharing stories can lighten the burden. As time goes on, Emma becomes more adept at balancing her commitments and nurturing her own well-being. She learns to recognize when she needs a break, allowing herself the grace to step back and recharge. With the support of her family and friends, Emma creates a routine that includes time for her advocacy, her hobbies, and moments of reflection. She keeps a journal where she writes down her thoughts and feelings, finding clarity and comfort in the written word. This practice becomes a crucial part of her healing journey, allowing her to process her emotions and celebrate her growth. In this chapter of her life, Emma discovers that embracing new beginnings means finding strength in vulnerability and courage in the face of uncertainty. She learns that while grief is a part of her story, it does not have to overshadow the joy and love that still exists in her life. With each day, she moves forward, honoring her mother's memory by living with intention and purpose, ever grateful for the lessons learned and the connections forged along the way. As summer approaches, Emma finds herself immersed in the activities of the Sunshine Club, which has now blossomed into a vibrant community of children and families supporting one another through their grief. The weekly meetings have become a staple for many, with laughter and shared stories filling the community center. Emma feels a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that the space they have created is making a difference in the lives of others. However, she also senses that the journey of healing is not without its challenges, and she is determined to meet those challenges head-on. One afternoon during a club meeting, Emma notices that one of the newer members, a quiet girl named Lily, has been unusually withdrawn. Unlike the other children who engage actively in discussions, Lily often sits quietly, avoiding eye contact and rarely participating in the activities. Concerned, Emma approaches her after the meeting. "Hey, Lily," she says gently. "I noticed you seemed a bit quiet today. Is everything okay?" Lily looks down, her fingers fiddling with the hem of her shirt. "I don't know how to talk about my feelings," she admits, her voice barely above a whisper. Emma's heart aches for her. She understands how difficult it can be to open up about grief. "It's okay to feel that way," Emma reassures her. "Talking about feelings can be really hard." Do you want to try writing them down instead? Sometimes that helps. Lily nods, and Emma suggests they work on it together at the next meeting, eager to help her find a way to express herself. Determined to create an inclusive environment where all children feel comfortable expressing themselves, Emma decides to introduce a new segment in their meetings focused on creative expression. She plans various activities that allow children to explore their feelings through art, music, and writing. Emma believes that these activities can serve as powerful tools for healing, especially for those who may struggle to articulate their emotions verbally. The idea excites her, and she spends the next few days gathering supplies, brainstorming ideas, and envisioning how to make the meeting a safe and joyful space. As the first creative expression meeting approaches, Emma feels a mix of excitement and nerves. She prepares art supplies, notebooks, and musical instruments, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. On the day of the meeting, she welcomes the children with bright decorations and encourages them to use their creativity to express their feelings. The room buzzes with anticipation as they settle in, eager to see what Emma has planned. "Today, we're going to do something a little different," Emma announces, her voice filled with enthusiasm. "We're going to explore our feelings through art and writing. You can draw, paint, or write whatever comes to your mind. There are no rules. Just let your feelings flow." The children's eyes light up, and the energy in the room shifts as they eagerly dive into the activities. Emma moves around, providing encouragement, and her heart swells with happiness at the sight of so many children embracing this opportunity to express themselves creatively. As the meeting unfolds, Emma observes Lily slowly beginning to engage with the art supplies, her initial hesitance giving way to curiosity. Emma feels a sense of pride as she witnesses the transformation taking place in the room. Some children draw colorful depictions of their memories, while others write heartfelt letters to their loved ones. The creativity that blossoms in the room is a testament to the power of expression in the healing process. Emma encourages them to share their creations, knowing that this act of vulnerability can strengthen their bonds and foster a sense of community. After an hour of creative exploration, Emma gathers everyone together to share their creations if they feel comfortable. She starts by sharing her own drawing of a sunflower surrounded by bright colors and words that represent love and hope. "This is my mom's favorite flower, and it reminds me of all the beautiful moments we shared," she explains, her heart swelling with emotion. "I want to carry that love with me always." The children listen intently, and Emma's openness encourages others to share their stories. One by one, the children begin to share their work. Some reveal beautiful drawings filled with color and life, while others read poignant letters filled with love and longing. When it's Lily's turn, she hesitates, but then takes a deep breath. "I drew a picture of my dad's favorite tree," she says softly, her voice steadying as she speaks. "It reminds me of the times we used to go on walks together." The room falls silent, and Emma's heart swells with pride for Lily's bravery. The other children offer words of encouragement and recognition, creating an atmosphere of support and understanding. As the meeting concludes, Emma feels a renewed sense of purpose. She recognizes that this new initiative not only helps children express their feelings, but also strengthens the bonds among them. The creative expression segment becomes a regular part of their meetings, allowing children to explore their emotions in a safe and supportive environment. Emma watches as friendships blossom and connections deepen, knowing that they are all on this journey together. However, as Emma's advocacy efforts continue to grow, she faces a new challenge. The local school district approaches her with an exciting opportunity. They want her to help develop a curriculum on emotional literacy for students. The proposal is a significant step forward, but it also comes with its own set of complexities. Emma feels a mix of excitement and pressure. She wants to ensure that the program is effective and resonates with children, but she also knows the responsibility is great. The thought of influencing the emotional health of her peers weighs heavily on her, but she is determined to rise to the occasion. Determined to meet this new challenge head-on, Emma spends hours researching emotional literacy and best practices for teaching children about feelings. She consults with teachers, psychologists, and other advocates, gathering insights and ideas. Emma understands that this curriculum could have a lasting impact on children, helping them develop essential skills for processing their emotions and navigating grief. She meticulously crafts lessons that incorporate storytelling, role-playing, and interactive activities that can engage young minds while effectively conveying important messages about emotional health. As she collaborates with educators and mental health professionals, Emma learns the importance of incorporating diverse perspectives into the curriculum. She seeks feedback from her peers in the Sunshine Club, inviting them to share their thoughts on what they would have found helpful when they were grappling with their own losses. This collaborative approach not only enriches the program, but also empowers her friends to take ownership of their experiences and contribute to the collective healing process. Emma finds joy in hearing their ideas, and the conversations spark new inspiration for her curriculum. After weeks of hard work, the curriculum begins to take shape. Emma feels a sense of pride as she presents the final draft to the school district, her heart racing with anticipation. This program is designed to help children understand their emotions, build resilience, and support one another through difficult times, she explains passionately. It's about creating a culture of openness where children feel safe to express themselves and seek help. The district officials are impressed, and with their support, the curriculum is approved for implementation in schools across the area. In the following months, Emma's curriculum begins to roll out in local schools, and she is invited to facilitate workshops for educators on how to effectively teach emotional literacy. She feels a sense of fulfillment as she stands in front of teachers, sharing her insights and encouraging them to create nurturing environments for their students. Emma knows that by equipping educators with the right tools, they can foster a generation of emotionally intelligent children who are better prepared to navigate life's challenges. The response from teachers and administrators is overwhelmingly positive, and Emma finds herself inspired by the enthusiasm of those around her. As she reflects on her journey, Emma realizes that the challenges she has faced have only strengthened her resolve. Each obstacle has taught her valuable lessons about resilience, empathy, and the importance of community. She understands that while her path may not always be easy, it is filled with purpose and meaning. Emma embraces the challenges ahead, knowing that she is making a difference in the lives of others and honoring her mother's memory through her advocacy work. In the closing moments of the chapter, Emma receives a letter from Mia, who has been following the progress of the Sunshine Club and the emotional literacy curriculum. Mia expresses her excitement about the impact Emma's work is having in their community, sharing how she has started to talk about her own feelings more openly with her family. "Your bravery inspires me," Mia writes. "Thank you for being a light in this journey." Emma smiles as she reads the letter, feeling a profound connection with Mia. She decides to write back, inviting Mia to visit the Sunshine Club and participate in one of their creative expression meetings. "Together, we can continue to support one another and create a brighter future," she writes, her heart filled with hope and determination. As Emma sends off her letter, she takes a moment to reflect on how far she has come. The young girl who once struggled to express her own grief has transformed into an advocate for emotional health, inspiring others to share their stories and seek help. With each challenge she faces, Emma grows stronger, more resilient, and more determined to make a difference. She understands that the journey of healing is ongoing, and she is ready to face whatever comes next with courage and grace. As the summer sun begins to set, casting warm golden hues across the sky, Emma feels a sense of anticipation for the upcoming events planned for the Sunshine Club. The success of the emotional literacy curriculum has instilled a new vigor in her advocacy work, and she is eager to explore further avenues to connect with the community. Inspired by the positive feedback from educators and parents, Emma decides to host a community event centered around the theme of connection and healing. She envisions an event that will bring families together, allowing them to share their experiences, support one another, and learn more about processing grief in healthy ways. With the help of her family and club members, Emma begins organizing the event. Titled Together, a community celebration of healing and hope. She reaches out to local businesses for sponsorships and donations, securing art supplies, food, and promotional materials. Emma is determined to make this event inclusive and accessible for everyone. Understanding that grief affects people from all walks of life, her enthusiasm is contagious, and soon the entire community rallies behind her vision, eager to contribute to the cause. It is heartwarming to see local shops donate supplies and volunteers offer their time to help set up, showcasing the spirit of togetherness that Emma hopes to foster. As the event date approaches, Emma works tirelessly to finalize the details. She designs colorful flyers filled with heartfelt messages, crafts a schedule of activities, and coordinates with local musicians to provide live entertainment. The event will feature art workshops, storytelling sessions, and opportunities for families to share their experiences in a supportive environment. Emma is particularly excited about the storytelling segment. She believes that sharing stories can foster connection and help others feel less alone in their grief. She remembers her own experiences of isolation and how powerful it was to hear others speak about their feelings, and she wants to create that same sense of belonging for those attending the event. On the day of the event, the community center is transformed into a vibrant space filled with laughter, creativity, and hope. Emma arrives early, her heart racing with a mix of excitement and nerves, as she sets up tables adorned with art supplies and banners that read, "You are not alone." The atmosphere buzzes with energy as families begin to arrive, their faces lighting up as they see the colorful decorations and engaging activities prepared for them. Emma takes a moment to soak it all in, feeling a sense of pride in what she has accomplished and gratitude for the support she has received from her community. As the event kicks off, Emma welcomes everyone with a warm smile, her voice filled with enthusiasm. Thank you all for being here today. This event is about coming together, sharing our stories, and supporting one another. Let's create a space where we can heal together. The crowd applauds, and Emma feels a wave of gratitude wash over her. She knows that this gathering is more than just an event. It's a chance for people to connect, to share, and to find solace in one another's presence. The energy in the room is palpable, and Emma can feel the collective hope and determination to heal. The day unfolds beautifully, with families engaging in art projects, children laughing together, and adults sharing their experiences over cups of warm cider. Emma moves around the room, checking in with different groups, offering support and encouraging conversations. During one of the art workshops, she helps a young boy named Sam paint a mural that represents his favorite memories with his grandmother. "I want to show everyone how much I loved her," he tells Emma, his determination evident in his brush strokes. Emma watches with pride as Sam pours his heart into his artwork. feeling grateful for the opportunity to witness such profound moments of connection. The mural begins to take shape, vibrant colors blending together, representing not just grief, but also love and remembrance. In the storytelling corner, Emma invites participants to share their stories, creating a safe space where everyone is encouraged to listen and support one another. One by one, individuals step forward, sharing their experiences of loss and love. A mother speaks about her son, who passed away unexpectedly, and how she has found solace in the community. A father shares how he has struggled to cope after losing his wife, revealing the challenges he faces as he navigates parenting alone. Each story resonates deeply, and Emma feels a sense of unity among the attendees as they connect through their shared experiences of grief. As the stories unfold, Emma notices tears, laughter, and nods of understanding from the crowd, each reaction reinforcing the bond of empathy that forms in that space. As the sun begins to set, casting a warm glow over the event, Emma gathers everyone for a closing circle. "Thank you all for being here today and for sharing your stories," she begins, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "Remember that we are stronger together. By sharing our experiences and supporting one another, we can create a community that fosters healing and hope." The crowd nods in agreement, and Emma feels a sense of accomplishment wash over her. She has not only organized an event, but has also facilitated connections among individuals who may have felt isolated in their grief. There is a palpable sense of relief and hope in the room, as if everyone feels lighter for having shared their burdens together. After the event concludes, Emma receives heartfelt messages from attendees expressing their gratitude. Many share how the event has helped them feel less alone, and several families express interest in joining the Sunshine Club. Emma's heart swells with joy. She realizes that her efforts have opened doors for others to find support and community in their healing journeys. The smiles on the faces of those who attended, the shared laughter and tears, all affirm the importance of what they have created together. In the following weeks, the Sunshine Club continues to grow, welcoming new members eager to connect with others who understand their experiences. Emma takes on the role of a mentor, helping new members acclimate and feel comfortable sharing their stories. She organizes additional meetings focused on various themes, such as resilience, hope, and the importance of self-care. Emma knows that fostering these connections is crucial for the healing process, and she is committed to creating a safe and nurturing environment for all. She begins to implement icebreaker activities that encourage everyone to share a bit about themselves, gradually building trust and camaraderie among the group. Amidst the flourishing community, Emma receives an email that catches her attention. It's an invitation to speak at a regional conference on youth mental health, where she will share her experiences and insights on the importance of emotional literacy and community support for children dealing with grief. The opportunity fills her with excitement and nervousness. Emma knows this is a chance to reach a broader audience and inspire others to create similar support networks in their communities. She eagerly accepts the invitation, feeling a renewed sense of purpose as she prepares her presentation. As she crafts her speech, Emma reflects on her journey, the challenges she has overcome, and the connections she has forged. She includes stories from the Sunshine Club, highlighting the power of community and the strength that comes from sharing one's experiences. Emma emphasizes the importance of emotional literacy in helping children navigate their feelings and encouraging adults to foster open communication about grief and loss. She carefully structures her presentation to include engaging anecdotes, practical tips, and interactive elements that will resonate with her audience. On the day of the conference, Emma stands backstage, her heart racing with anticipation. She takes a deep breath, reminding herself of the impact her words can have. When she steps onto the stage, the audience is filled with educators, mental health professionals, and community leaders eager to learn. Emma feels a surge of confidence as she begins to speak, sharing her story and advocating for the importance of emotional support for children. Grief is a journey we all face, but we don't have to walk it alone. She tells the audience, by creating spaces for connection and understanding, we can help our children process their emotions and find hope in the midst of loss. The room is silent as attendees absorb her message, and Emma feels a sense of fulfillment wash over her as she witnesses the impact of her words. As the conference concludes, Emma receives numerous compliments and expressions of gratitude from attendees who were touched by her story. Many express their desire to implement similar programs in their own communities, inspired by the work she has done with the Sunshine Club. Emma leaves the conference feeling empowered, knowing that she has not only shared her journey, but has also inspired others to take action in supporting children facing grief. The connections she has made at the conference spark new ideas for her club, and she resolves to keep building on this momentum. Returning home, Emma reflects on the power of connection and community. She understands that while grief is a deeply personal experience, it is also one that can bring people together in powerful ways. The bonds formed through shared experiences create a sense of belonging, reminding everyone that they are not alone in their struggles. Emma is committed to continuing her advocacy work, knowing that each connection she fosters can make a difference in someone's life. With each new member of the Sunshine Club and each story shared, she feels the weight of her mother's absence transform into a source of strength. In the weeks that follow, Emma continues to nurture the Sunshine Club, creating more events that encourage connection, creativity, and healing. She develops a mentorship program within the club, pairing older members with younger ones to foster relationships and provide additional support. Emma understands that these connections can help bridge the gap between generations, allowing for the sharing of wisdom and experiences that can aid in the healing process. The mentorship program becomes a highlight of the club, where laughter and camaraderie flourish as older members guide the younger ones through their own grief journeys. As she navigates her journey, Emma also learns to take care of herself. She schedules time for self-reflection, exploring her own feelings through journaling and creative expression. Emma recognizes that her well-being is crucial to her ability to support others, and she prioritizes self-care as an essential part of her advocacy work. She begins to practice mindfulness techniques, taking moments to breathe deeply and center herself, which helps her manage the emotional weight of her responsibilities. Emma finds solace in nature, often taking walks through local parks, reflecting on her experiences, and allowing herself the space to grieve when needed. In the closing moments of the chapter, Emma receives a letter from Mia, who has been inspired by the recent community event. Mia shares how her own family has started to talk more openly about their feelings, creating a safe space for vulnerability and understanding. "Thank you for showing me the importance of connection," Mia writes. "I can't wait to come to the next Sunshine Club meeting and share my own story." Emma smiles as she reads the letter, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. She knows that the connections they have created are powerful, and that together, they can continue to foster healing and hope for themselves and others. Inspired by Mia's words, Emma decides to organize a special meeting focused entirely on sharing the stories of their loved ones, encouraging everyone to bring a memento or photograph that reminds them of their person. As the sun sets on a summer evening, Emma reflects on the journey she has undertaken. The once shy girl who struggled to find her voice has blossomed into a confident advocate, finding strength in her community and purpose in her advocacy. Emma understands that healing is a continuous journey, and she is grateful for every step taken alongside those who share in the experience of loss. With a heart full of hope and a determination to continue spreading love and support, Emma looks forward to the future, ready to face whatever challenges may come her way.